Welcome to NWA Power episode 25. Now, before I get started, I gotta say this. I have now recorded my Gump report. I'm gonna be editing it today, and I should upload it tomorrow morning or afternoon. Unless I'm gonna put it on Friday. I usually try to put it on a Thursday, so you'll have something for Thursday, and then Thursday night. So you have something maybe Thursday morning, afternoon, then into Thursday night. So then you won't be too bored of Friday, unless you guys want me to change the schedule and just have Thursday Impact and then Friday the report. I'd like to know, would you like to have some good content across the entire 5 days? Well, before I was just thinking, I am very curious about this Dynamite. A lot of at least one or two of my subscribers easily, or three, are not happy on how Dynamite has not been sponsoring Impact Wrestling. Rebellion is this Sunday. The question's going to be, is AEW going to sponsor this? Are they going to give us a segment? Are they just going to let the commentators say that Rebellion's coming out this Sunday? That's going to be the question. Will they devote anything to this? Because they should. Now, I know not everyone is happy that they're now waiting a few days before the pay-per-view is done. I'm just saying, I'm not happy about it either. But this does happen in some companies where negotiations between the two companies take time, and sometimes up to the last few days do they work things out. Let's be honest. This has happened to more than a few companies. All right? It's the truth. So when it comes down to it, it could have done up to the last couple of days where they finally straightened out everything, and this is the reason why they will now sponsor it. I'm just saying. Now, NWA, I'm still thinking about it. I am so curious to see what Kenny Omega's going to do. What is Don Callis going to say about Rebellion? Will it be only 2 minutes long or 10 minutes long? Anyway, episode 25 of NWA Power. 3 stories. Now, of course, there's actually 4 stories in this episode. You got Kratos and Stevens. You got Thunder Rosa and Camille. You got the Murdoch and Strictly Business, as well as for the Pope and Tyrus. But unfortunately, because of Serena Deeb's not being there, she's still injured supposedly and still rehabbing. She's not there, so the story is stalled. They're just basically buying time for Serena Deeb to come back. So even though it's interesting to see where they're going to go with this in Melina, and I will elaborate on that actually this at first, I can't call it a real full story because the champion is not there. It's not going to work without her being there. Unless they strip up the title, she's not there, so it's not going to work. Now, let's open up with Camille versus Genocide. This is actually very interesting. You got 2 big-ass women in the ring, and I gotta say this was the best match for me personally. Now, of course, before we get started, the obligatory bad camera angles, and at least 1 titty shots. I think I got 1 or 2 of them. But it was not too bad. Admittedly, the one thing that was a major issue wasn't about the camera angles. It was about the camera switching. So it's either going to be the angles or the switching. When you wondered what was up on their minds when whoever was in the production area was switching only on one side the majority of the time, and you saw a lot of ass. And then they barely used the other side, particularly when it came to the Kratos, Stevens, and Sal. I always pronounce the guy's name at the end wrong, so I'll just call him Sal. I'm just saying. Now, Camille and Genocide. Was that a good match? It was not a bad match. Seeing 2 big-ass women that as big as China. As big as China, guys. They're both not small women. They're actually big-ass women. It was interesting to see. Very interesting to see these 2 women go in the ring. Now, it looks like they're not used to actually working with another big person. Let's be honest here. You got two big ass women, and they're used to beating the crap out of small little. They're like this. They're like this, and the women they deal with are like about here. So they're not used to actually dealing with someone of the same or near the same size or same strength. So the match was not a bad match. Honestly, it was not. But you can notice that Camille was a bit tanked. Now, Camille is gorgeous. I mean, I'm like here. She's like here. I would love her for the rest of my life, even though I would be here and she'd probably be here. I'm like 5'8.5" to 5'8", and I'm sure she's like maybe 5'10". She's not a small woman. She is not small, guys. She's not my height. She's way bigger than me. I'm sure of it. But you can see Camille got tanked to a certain extent. She's not used to going in the ring with someone way bigger than what she's used to. And I'm not saying the chemistry was bad. It was that I don't think Camille was used to a big woman, but Genocide was used to dealing with bigger women. You could see the way she worked that Genocide was better. But that didn't take away from the match. Seeing two big women in a NWA ring was actually nice to see. In the end, I didn't expect the Camille to lose. She's not going to lose. She's still part of Strictly Business. Latimer is still a man. They're not acting like they're breaking up in a story. That's how it goes. But then, it's strange. You now have Melina coming out to protect a Genocide who obviously didn't need it. This is where I said that they're stalling for time. Yes, they've been showing Melina trying to prove to Thunder Rosa she's not like she used to be, and that she could be her manager, and this time being a good manager. And Thunder Rosa saying no. They haven't shown Terrence Terrell yet, but you could see that Melina's trying to prove that she is being honest. And for her trouble, she got speared, because you already saw Genocide getting speared twice. Now you see Melina getting speared, and then Thunder Rosa comes out, which, why? Well, of course, commentators did try to make it clear that yes, those two have issues. Thunder Rosa does still have an issue with Melina, but she still cares about her. Good, but the problem is this. There's no Serena Deebs. I'm sorry, guys. Without Serena Deebs being there, whether she goes to AEW and comes back to NWA or not, she needs to be there. And with her still being supposedly injured, physically injured, there's nothing there. They're just dragging this out. So Melina's being injected into it to try and stall for time. And it just is not enough for me. Now, everyone else, it could be something. And you still have Thunder Rosa as number one contender. And you still have Camille trying to get to be number one contender. Trying to do whatever she can to get what she wants. But without Serena Deebs. I just want her back. If she's still not rehabbed enough yet. Or if she's basically restricted because of covert, it makes things harder. But this is just me, you guys tell me below. Kratos, as well as Aaron Stevens versus Sal, non-title match. Sal said he had a partner. Sal called in Danny Deals, he's in my face, and then he abruptly, during the match, gets his ass handed to him. Done. This is where things get a little interesting. This is where it gets interesting. Very interesting. It's not about Danny Deals. It's about Sal. Sal has never won a match since he joined NWA from the very first season. He's never won a match. He's gotten his butt kicked by everybody in the mama. Hell, I could kick his butt. And he's probably here, I'm probably here. And I can kick his butt with a cane. The way I walk around with a messed up leg. But who says he was dumb? This is what I was thinking. I could be wrong about this easily. Sal told NWA officials that he had a partner who was a former world champion. Now, this is what we get. This is what my crazy dumb brain works at. Sal comes in. He tells Danny Deals, look, I don't need you to actually do the match. I just need you to come out and act like you're going to do the match. So, Sal comes out. He's saying, well, my partner's late. I don't know where he is. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know where my partner is. So now the officials say, all right, this is now a handicap match. They don't say it officially, but they let the match go on since he didn't have a partner. He wrestles against Stevens, who gives him a fair shake. Credos doesn't do that. He basically wants to torment his ass. Flat out. While this is going on, Tim Storm is not happy about the beatings that he's getting from Credos. He's just saying, look, he's done it. You beat him. Just pin his ass and get it over with. But he won't do that. He's torturing the guy. He's tormenting the guy. He took Danny Deals and hammers him into the interviewing table and beats him up. Then he does also the commentating table. He beats him up there too. And then you could see the Tim Storm get so pissed off, he gets off his butt. And you see him in my face. He goes out. He leaves his post. He goes to the ring. He's saying, hey, what are you doing? And Aaron Stevens, who is a face right now, is telling Credos, what are you doing? Stop. Stop it. And the ref is not stopping the match. Aaron Stevens jumps out from outside, inside, is trying to stop Credos. And guess who interferes? It is Tim Storm. And Sal rolls him up and beats him. Now, Credos is mad. Mad at Tim Storm. Mad now at Aaron Stevens. Particularly mad at Aaron Stevens. This is where the story is going. These two are like this. Now they're here. Soon they're going to be here. You're going to have this face, this heel, go to separate ways. The titles will be dropped. And the question is, who are going to receive the opportunity? And you wonder, these two. I'm like, could Sal have planned this? Could Sal have planned to trick Tim Storm into being his partner? Because he knows Tim Storm does not like bullies, because he said it himself on commentary. You guys know where I work. I don't like bullies. Since he still works in the school, I don't like bullies. I hate bullies. So this is what you get. You get Tim Storm possibly being tricked into becoming a tag partner with Sal so he can get his hands on those titles. I don't know. I could be wrong. You guys tell me below. Now, I got to say this. Two things. Velvet Sky has gotten better on the hosting position and commentary. Now, she's still a very soft look. This woman, the guy who is Bully Ray, I always forget his name. He better treat this woman right. She's a good-looking woman who's very sweet, who has a soft damn voice and has curves for 10,000 years. He better treat her right. But she does sound better on commentary. I always knew she could get into it. I've known for years how Velvet Sky worked. She's not one of the greatest talkers, but in this situation, she doesn't have to be. She has two people to compliment herself, and she's slowly getting better. And I'm fine with it. I would rather see Melina in that position because she has that personality that is more charismatic. So you got Velvet Sky here. You got Melina here. You can see the difference. Doesn't take anything away from Velvet. She can crank it up when she needs to, but I don't think she's learned to crank it up enough yet. Then you have a May Valentine. And she's a gorgeous woman. She's beautiful. She looks sweet as hell. But as a review, you see her in my face with Slice Boogie. And when it comes down to it, while she was interviewing him, she felt so blank. Worse yet, when he said his promo and he starts staring at those tits and ass, trying to get a reaction from her, she starts looking like she wants to laugh. She's holding it back. She's supposed to be stone-faced in that respect, like, what are you doing? No, she's like, what is that? Guys, as a female reporter and interviewer, there are certain ways you're supposed to act to help the one that you're getting the interview done with to really feel his character. And the thing with May, because I'm thinking of my Valentine, but May, she just doesn't feel like she's really into this. I don't know if it's because they relegated her to that position and she's just not fond of it, or she just doesn't understand how to really get those people over. Because when you really look at it clearly for what it is, you don't feel it from her. She's gorgeous and she's sweet. But when she's supposed to be doing interviews with somebody, she's got to give it some more feeling. Her delivery just doesn't have it. And then when Slice Boogie's looking at that fine tits and ass and pretty face, instead of going, or if once it's over doing that, she goes, he likes me. That could have helped. That could have been something. She needed to add on to what he did. And she just felt blank. It looked like she wanted to laugh. And then worse yet, trying not to laugh, she wasn't selling what he was doing. Like, ugh. Or, like she was getting interested. Or she was being repulsed. That's what usually female reporters and interviewers normally do. And she doesn't have it. I want to see her succeed as an interviewer and a reporter. I'd rather see her as a manager. I truly believe she would be better as a manager. I don't know why they won't let her be someone's manager. But I truly believe she should be a manager. She shouldn't be a reporter or an interviewer. Really, she's missing something. And I'm sorry, guys. If you like her, I understand. More power to you. To me, it's not working. Even when it came to Latimer and Adonis, she just stood there doing this. Doesn't give any type of personality. She's just stone-faced this time, not saying anything that could make it more interesting, to make them bring out more of their character. Some of the best. If you watch Impact Wrestling on Twitch, and they show the promo from 2009, when it comes to Scott Steiner, Make Believe Muscle, and their incredibly tall partner in the back who's holding the X Division title. When you see the woman there, because I don't know her name, when she's talking, she adds a little banter. When Scott says, so what do you want? Do you want me or you want that damn Joe? And she says, well, Joe's kind of nice. She shows character, a personality. And May is not doing it. But that's just me. Let's move on. The next storyline. That is Pope, Austin Idol, and Tyrus. Now, Tyrus has never been known for his promo skills. He's never been known for it. Usually someone else talks for him. When it comes to Austin Idol, that's his mouthpiece. But I will approve this one time that Tyrus did a decently good job. When Pope was talking with Tyrus, and Tyrus having his head on Kyle Davis like this. I think I got a shot of it in my face. I'm sure I got the shot. Davis is not liking it. He is not feeling having his head held like this. And while this talk is going on, when he's putting over the Pope, he's putting over how he respects him, that he taught him, even though he was never a major player. He taught him and he was willing to learn. And then after his time away from wrestling, he's doing his shows, he's doing his business, he's doing his profits. The Pope now becomes champion. And now he's become the man. But, and he says this to Pope, but, no disrespect, Pope, but that title, the man behind me invented that title. He's the one who invented it. It belongs to him and he's never gotten recognition, so that title's coming with me. And the Pope's pretty much saying, Daddy, oh, Daddy, I can tell you, I'm no disrespect for your daddy. But if you think you're jumping the line because you want this for your man, you got another thing coming. You need to prove that you earned this. You know how much screwing over I've been getting. You know how much politicking there was. And I fought for this. And yeah, he doesn't say this. But yeah, I always put somebody in front of me. But now I'm the man. And I ain't going to let nobody take this title unless they earn it. And then this is the part that gets me. That I think was the best part of Tyrus's promo. That he legitimately sounded like he got pissed. Saying, you actually going there? All the years I've been working, all the years that I've been screwed over, all the years he was throwing a little bit of his own life from his former life in WWE, which he did get screwed over lovely. This was one of the few times I can say his promos was actually good. He's not the greatest promoist. He's not, guys. If you think Tyrus is one of the best, I'm sorry. He's okay on the best of times like this. Other than that, he's never been great. And usually someone else talks from like an EC3, an Austin Idol, an Austin Aries at one point. I think he worked with him briefly. Yeah, it's always somebody who wants to talk for him. But this is one of the few times he talked decently well with a brother. I'm just saying. Then you got the match and this wasn't a very good match between Tyrus, Cross, and Rocket. It just, an impromptu match. I don't agree with it. I understand why they did it, but I don't agree that this should have happened immediately afterward. There should have been someone who came out, or they should have gone into the back and filmed it with someone and then do it. Or at least someone on a mic with one of the people in the production being talked to, that Austin Idol grabbing and say, hey, my man needs a match now. Let him be added to it. And then they said, okay, we just been notified from the commentary team, because they can still notify them, that Austin Idol made a request for production, and Billy said, okay, you want a match? You can join this match and it'll now become a triple threat for #1 contendership for the television title. And it did not happen. That didn't happen. This is where they're beginning to have the problem where the guy who used to be there would have been more detailed in it. And I'm not taking away from anybody who's currently working there now. But he's leaving a lot to be desired. It's being, they need more. The match wasn't bad. It wasn't. But it wasn't great. Tyrus still tanks very easily in the ring. I know the guy is near my age. Look, older you get, generally speaking, you get slower. Unlike Dustin Rhodes is a beast. Billy Gunn is a beast. Al Snow is a beast if he's still going in the ring. Those are the rare exceptions where they can still go after the age of 50. But when it comes to Tyrus, who's in his late 40s, nearing early 50, because he's just slightly younger than me. He's nearly 50. Guy's not young. He's just not good in the ring. He gets tanked very easily. And I'm not against him, but he really needs he needs something for his cardio. Honestly, he just needs something. He's not enough for me personally. Now, what have we gone through? We've gone through Camille. We've gone through the Pope. We now go through, make sure if I'm not forgetting anything, we went for Kratos. Now it's time for Murdoch. In the opening of the show, Murdoch says simply, I want Adonis. I want a rematch. I don't care what stint. I want him. Then you pretty much have the gold standard of NWA, the Nick Aldis comes out and pretty much says, what are you doing? 1, you're not going to hurt anybody. 2, what are you doing? You actually were stupid enough to let yourself get caught out there. That you shouldn't have faced him. That a real champion uses his head. And you let your heart lead you. And pretty much his arrogance, as he's trying to say. That's why you lost the title. And maybe it's better that you did lose it. Because let's be honest. You're not that great. You're just not like the gold standards of Strictly Business. He doesn't say it, but that's where he's going. But you know what? Because I do like you and I respect you. But he doesn't say that because we're both been trained by Harley Wace. Because that's the one thing that those two have in common. They were both trained by Harley Wace before he passed away. So that's the one defining thread between the two. And he says, you know what? I'll give you this. I got a match tonight. If you don't show up, you behave yourself down the line, I'm gonna let you have a chance at Sweet Charlotte. And Murdoch says, you're going to give me this real shot? Really? I want assurance. He says, there's no assurances. If you don't show up, you don't mess with my match or mess with the others, I may consider it down the road. So the match happens between, what was the guy's name? Clearwater, and it doesn't happen. All this in Clearwater does not have the match. You pretty much have Latimer as well as Adonis having a fight with Murdoch. Either Murdoch started a fight with them or they started a fight with Murdoch. My guess is Murdoch started the fight because he didn't trust Aldis. But it could have been the opposite. And pretty much no contest because the ref couldn't keep control of anything. Well, if that was true, how come you didn't stop the Aaron Stevens and Kratos match like that? I'm just saying, he's selective. You get Murdoch getting his ass handed to him, and in the end, you still got a story between Murdoch versus Strictly Business. What do we got here? We got 3 decently compelling storylines that since they now started, and it's only been like 3 or 4 episodes. When did they start? The 22nd episode, I believe, of NWA Power. And they did do a power surge. So they done 4 episodes of NWA. They elaborated on 3 episodes and they gave more content on the 4th one in Power Surge. I'm curious. But they need more episodes. And I'm hoping that they add more to the storyline. But I do hope they add more to making sure, and this is something important, like what just happened when it came for Tyrus getting that title shot. Why didn't someone in the back tell the commentators, hey, we're getting a message over in production with Billy Corgan. Austin Idol's asking. He's asking for this match. So we've been told we're getting a match. Billy is now allowing this because Austin Idol went on the mic, could have been holding and said, hey, we need someone. It could have been sterilized easily. Something. They should have let something happen. Not just between those two. Well, have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.